whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, of despair. Come, let's again come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is the heaven of despair. Come, let's again come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worship, lover of leaving. Ours is the burden of despair. Come, let's again come.
Good morning, Unitarian Universalists, Church of Sarasota and Lakewood Ranch Unitarian Universalists. Our visitors, both online and in person, we welcome you here today, this beautiful Sunday morning. I thank you for your presence here. I am Reverend J. Wolin, your candidate to be your settled minister. No. Thank you. I especially want to welcome visitors. There is a table outside. Probably during the vote, there may not be anybody there, but after that, and pretty much every week, there are people there to get information about the congregation. As well, if you're online, you can go to our website, and there's a welcome banner, and we encourage you to register in our virtual guest book. So that you can get our weekly newsletter, find out what is happening at the church, and I just want to reiterate, visitors are always welcome at any of the activities, either online or in person. You may need to connect with the office to get the Zoom link, but other than that, everyone is welcome. And so now I would like to invite up here Bill Payton, your chairman of the board, who would like to do an announcement about what's going to happen today.
Good morning. Thank you for showing up to exercise your wonderful privilege of voting today. And I just wanted to give you an idea of what's going to happen. Immediately following the service, we will announce that Elvis has left the building, and at such time we will call the meeting to order. We will ask our secretary, Terry Holzenker, to verify that we have a quorum, and I can tell you right now that we do, and thank you for that. And then we will proceed to proceed with the vote. It will not take very long. You will then be free to journey into the courtyard and have coffee. There will be a count immediately following the vote, and hopefully we will have an announcement in the courtyard shortly after that. So thank you, enjoy the day, and we will see you later. Oh, by the way, yes, please stay in your seats once Reverend Wolin has left the building. So.
Thank you for that wonderful, wonderful music. Our opening reading is entitled Beginnings. Walking 1 block to kindergarten alone seemed terrifying and then satisfying. My first solo journey accomplished, as if climbing Mount Everest. Entering an office for my first job was bewildering and exciting. Imagining of future possibilities, both fallible and grandiose. And moving to a new town was unnerving and adventurous, like a traveler crossing the ocean, looking for distant lands. And now here we are today, on the verge of something new, peering out on the horizon to get a glimpse of solid land in just a week's time. Although there is still much unknown, may we be satisfied and excited, imagining the possibilities about the adventure ahead. And now, as we light our chalice, I invite one of our youth, Carrie Evans, up to light our chalice. Let it symbolize the light within to guide us on the path forward. In the light of truth and in the warmth of love, we gather to seek, to sustain, and to inspire. Thank you, Carrie. And now, a time for all ages, a story I have loved for years. I'm so happy I get to share it with you. What Do You Do with a Chance by Kobe Yamada. And turn the screen, first page. What do you do with a chance? One day I got a chance. It just seemed to show up. It acted like it knew me, right? If it was meant for me, as if it wanted something from me. I didn't know why it was here. What do you do with a chance, I wondered. It flooded around me. It brushed up against me. It circled me as if it wanted me to grab it. And I started to reach for it, but I was unsure. So I pulled back a little bit. And so it flew away. I thought about it a lot. I wished I had taken that chance. I realized I had wanted it. But I still didn't know if I had the courage. And when another chance finally came around, I wasn't so sure, but I decided to try. I went to reach for it, but I missed and I fell. I'm not going to pretend falling here because, bad things will happen then. But I was embarrassed, right? I felt foolish. It seemed like everybody was looking at me. It looks like everybody is looking at me here. I decided I never wanted to feel that way again. So after that, whenever a chance came along, I ignored it. And the more I ignored them, the less they came around. Until one day, I noticed that I hadn't seen a chance in quite a while. It was as if they had all disappeared. I started to worry, what if I don't get another chance? I know I acted like I didn't care. I know, but I did in truth. I still wanted to take that chance, but I was afraid. And I wasn't sure if I would be brave enough. But then I thought, maybe I don't have to be brave all the time, right? Maybe I just need to be brave for a little time, at just the right time. And I realized that was up to me and the choice I would make at that time. And I promised myself that if I ever got another chance, I wasn't going to hold back. If I got another chance, I was going to be ready. And then, one seemingly ordinary day, I saw something shining far off in the distance. Was that the UU Sarasota Church? That wasn't in the book, by the way. Is it possible? Could this be my chance? I had to find out. I ran as hard and as fast as I could toward it. I don't know how to explain it. I don't. But the second I let go of my fears, I was full of excitement. It wasn't that I was no longer afraid. It is that my excitement was bigger than my fear. And as I got closer, I could see that this was really a huge chance. But this time, I was ready. And as it came by, I reached out and grabbed it, and I held on with all my might. It felt so good to soar, to fly, to be free. I now see that when I hold back, I miss out. And I don't want to miss out. There's just so much that I want to see and do and discover. So what do you do with a chance? You take it. Because it just might be the start of something incredible. So may this week be the start of something incredible. Let our excitement overcome our fears. And so I invite you now to rise in body and or spirit, and let me hear your voices with incredible volume as we sing our opening hymn 348, Guide My Feet.
Guide my feet, guide this race. Guide my feet while I run this race. Guide my feet while I run this race. Lord, I don't want to run this race in vain. Hold my hand while I run this race. Hold
Thank you for having a little fun and clapping along with me, for those who clapped. Sometimes the Spirit just moves me, and I just feel moved to clap. Our centering words today are The Journey by Mary Oliver. One day, you finally knew what you had to do and began. Though the voices around you kept shouting their bad advice, though the whole house began to tremble and you felt the old tug at your ankles, "Mend my life," each voice cried. But you didn't stop. You knew what you had to do. Though the wind pried with its stiff fingers and at the very foundations, though the melancholy was terrible, it was already late enough. And a wild night and the road full of fallen branches and stones. But little by little, as you left their voices behind, the stars began to burn through the sheets of clouds, and there was a new voice, which you slowly recognized as your own, that you kept company with as you strode deeper and deeper into the world, determined to do the only thing that you could do, determined to save the only life that you could save. End quote. And now we invite you to enter into a time of silence, to enter that silent sanctuary of your heart, to listen to what the voice of your soul is calling for you to do. I'll eventually get used to not banging my head on that screen. I'm glad I was very centered when it happened. The reading today is Old Maps No Longer Work by Joyce Rupp. I keep pulling it out, the old map of my inner path. I squint closely at it, trying to see some hidden road that maybe I've missed. But there's nothing there now except some well-traveled paths. They have seen my footsteps often, held my laughter, caught my tears. I keep going over the old map, and now the roads lead nowhere. A meaningless wilderness where life is dull and futile. Toss away the old map, she says. You must be kidding, I reply. She looks at me and repeats, toss it away. It's of no use where you're going. I have to have a map, I cry, even if it takes me nowhere. I can't be without direction. I have to have a map, even if it takes me nowhere. But you are without direction, she says, so why not let go and be free? So there I am, tossing out the old map, sadly, fearfully putting it behind me. Whatever will I do, my security wails? Trust me, says the soul. No map, no specific directions, no this way ahead or take a left. How will I go where to go? How will I find my way? No map. But then my soul whispers, there was a time before maps, when pilgrims traveled by stars. It is time for the pilgrim in me and you. It is time to travel in the dark, to learn to read the stars that shine in my soul. I will walk deeper into the dark of my night. I will wait for the stars and trust their guidance, and let their light be enough for me. End of poem. On every journey, pilgrims need sustenance so that they can continue their exploration of meaning-making and transformation. They need spiritual sustenance, they need physical sustenance, and yes, they need financial sustenance. As with that thought in mind of our journey of exploration as a church, that we will now take our offering. If you are watching on YouTube as well, there's a link right below the video for making a donation as well, and we just ask you to be as generous as you can.